This is not news anyone wants to hear, especially for a player who was unbelievable this season. Um, like you got to give credit where credit's due to Rickea Jackson. She was exceptional. She has been exceptional this year, and I think Rickea has absolutely had made that leap into stardom. And tearing her ACL in game 5 of a season where it looked like she was going to make an All Star for the first time was going to be maybe a fringe All W candidate is not ideal. Um, the hope was with the way she went down that it was an MCL injury. Um, but no, it was an ACL injury. And look, we got to be completely honest here. If you are somebody that plays basketball like Rickea Jackson does, like a lot of kind of stop starting, a lot of planting, a lot of being more of a vertical athlete, especially in women's sports, they are common injuries. They are very, very common injuries. If you're somebody that's like, it's a lot of time are via jump stops and stuff. So Paige, obviously, if you look at again some of the top players, AZ has torn 2. Paige has torn an ACL. I think Sue Bird had torn an ACL. Obviously Cam Brink, Georgia Amore recently, Katie Lou Samuelson, like heck, Emma Chikova. Like we've seen 2 ACL tears in already this season. And it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. Like it is, thankfully it's one of those seasons where, or one of those injuries now where at this point in time, you can you can come back from it. And also obviously Juju tore ACL. Like it's not the end of the world tearing your ACL. Especially for a young player. Like she's gonna come back. The odds of her coming back to start next season are probably 50-50. I think the recovery time for an ACL in the women's game is probably a little bit longer than the men's game. But like, heck, even if you look at, again, I have to say it because it's factually correct, even though obviously it's not a nice thing to say, but it is factually correct that Nika Mule has the same amount of torn ACLs as she has points since coming into the WNBA. Like she's torn her ACL twice. Like it's one of those things where it's like, and you're going to see it more and more in women's basketball when the game becomes more athletic. And these athletes are like they are more likely to get hurt. And it's just unfortunate. It is really unfortunate. It's a fucking pain of an injury to to come back from. And all I'm gonna say is that if you are a sport, like thank God it's not Achilles. Thank God it wasn't an Achilles injury. Because I know from experience that is like straight up. I mean this. If I tore my Achilles again or tore my other Achilles, I would never play sport again. I would never do any exercise faster than a walk. Like I would literally just go. I would just go and walk, and that would be it. But yeah, look, it is genuinely a thing where when it comes down to it, Rickea is going to come back stronger. Playing all-star, I wouldn't say all defensive level, but was absolutely primed to have a career year. She absolutely was. And I'm going to be real. I think Rickea has the ability to be a star in this league. And I think she's going to be a star in this league. Look, she's 25 years old. It's not like she doesn't have another 8 more years of her career. And she's coming into next season. She's probably going to be making as a 3rd pick or 4th pick in the draft, making 500-600K. She is going to miss every the off season stuff, but like, I have to admit it. Like I think she's going to be fine. But it's just not been a good year for Rickea. Obviously, all the off the court stuff and everything that's happened with her. getting the trade, getting out of LA, where she didn't want to be and they didn't want her. Everything seemed to be, working out, and then for this to happen is just horrible. And injuries suck, man. Injuries fucking suck. Whether you're a fan of a player or a team or not, like, injuries suck. We saw it last year again with some players where it's like, if you are a fan of the Sky, Rickea was a big part of your team. And like, look, I think the Sky are good even without her. I think what Hackwest, what JC bring, like, all you're going to see, the big difference is when Azare's back, it's just going to be Hackwest starting. I still think the Sky are a potential home court advantage playoff team, but still, like, this is not what you want to see if you're a fan. But anyway, I'll see you guys.